Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Well, it's almost afternoon. I have done nothing. Anyway, I'm running around here with like a chicken with her head cut off. Anyway, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today's video is going to be a drill with me, and I'm just going to bring you guys up to date on some things and basically up to date on life period and some things going on with my channel and so forth. So, I hope everyone is doing well. We're going to diamond paint, and I'm working on my Egyptian Queen of the Leopards. I am almost done with this row. I haven't done a whole lot of diamond painting. It's been one of those weeks, and I just don't feel, it was one of those weekends, and I just felt like, you know what, I don't know if I was burnt out. I don't know what the deal was. I have no clue. So, we're just going to diamond paint and chat, and you can pull out your kits or whatever you're working on, whatever craft you're working on, and we can diamond paint and talk. So, yeah, it's been a good week. It's been really quiet, and we've just been kind of getting into the routine of the digital learning or distance learning or whatever they want to call it. It seems like every school or every where I've looked, it's different. They have a different name for it. And around here in our state, it's called distance learning, but I know there's a lot of other places that call it something else. And, you know, either way, but we've gotten to a pretty good schedule of it. Justin, I'm finally gotten to the point that after much hounding of the school system or his school, I figured out what he needs to do, and we're gonna, get him started today on that, because last week they just kind of left us hanging in a lurch, I guess, out to dry, and just, he had no way of knowing how to turn anything in. He's got a week's worth of assignments that he's done that he had no way of knowing how to turn anything in, didn't know where he was supposed to do with anything. And, he was kind of upset because he didn't want to not get credit for any of the assignments. So I ended up emailing his principal, and she was kind of surprised that his teachers didn't really, give any kind of an instruction, and didn't kind of like tell us what we needed to do. They just kind of left us hanging, I guess. And, granted, I get it. And so, because we went on the website, on the Board of Ed's website last week, there was links for him to do his work. Well, he did his work, but there wasn't any kind of instructions on turning it in or anything, or where to turn it in or anything like that. So that's why I took it upon myself to email his principal, and she knew I wasn't happy. She could just tell by the way I worded the email. And I just explained to her that, he's, busting his butt to do this work, and there's nowhere to tell us where to send his work, or what we're supposed to do, if we're supposed to take a screenshot, or what we're supposed to do. So she told me yesterday that a lot of the teachers are doing Google Classroom. Well, I told Justin. Justin looks at me and he says, well, I tried that. And I said, what do you mean you tried that? He says, I tried it on my phone. And I said, well, there's probably a reason why it didn't work on your phone. Number one, because granted, regardless of whether or not it is a smartphone, it probably didn't work on your phone. I don't know why. I even tried the Google Classroom for Lil Dude on my phone, and it didn't work. I had to get on my laptop. So this afternoon, I'm going to uh, have Justin go on there and get all the work. And the only reason that I was really concerned about it mainly was because all of his teachers kept emailing me or calling me, asking me, if everything was okay, why Justin hadn't turned anything in, and was kind of, they weren't very nice about it. And finally, and I told the principal the same thing. I said, how are we supposed to know, or how is he supposed to know where to turn it in when nobody's saying anything? I said, we don't even know what he's supposed to do. And that's when she, explained to me that they were all kind of doing it on Google Classroom. And I said, well, none of his teachers told him that, and none of his teachers told me that. I said, in turn, I was getting phone calls, basically being talked down to like I was 10 years old. And I said, it just doesn't make any sense. So now that we know what to do, I'm going to, and I told him yesterday that, he was going to, that today or tomorrow or whatever, that he could get on there and get on my laptop and do his work through Google Classroom and go from there and see, what happens. And so, he's said, okay, no big deal. And so he had a rough night last night. So today, whenever he gets up, I will help him with that because I don't want him to fail. I really, really don't. And he knows that. So we're going to work on that and get that going. And just Skylar, he's been doing pretty good. I've kind of, the way that they have it set up in the Google Classroom is they post, I guess, a week's worth of assignments, and which is pretty, I like it that way. That way I can sit down and schedule it out during the week now that I have a planner and have gotten into planning my life, even though, I'm home all day long and that's it. But it's been working out so far. We're just now getting into the routine. So we're getting there. So I'm going to work on that today for him. And then that's it. We're done. And then I'm going to sit and relax and cross stitch later and go from there. So that's been kind of our thing this week. Little dude, he's been enjoying doing his his learning, online. And when he's not, he's been playing Xbox. Well, now he can't play the Xbox because the Xbox is broken. And he's been kind of, down in the dumps about that. And I just told him, I said, honey, I said, just as well as I do, that, we have to, figure out what's wrong with it. We think there is a circuit board or something inside the Xbox that's causing it not to work, that there's something wrong with one of the circuit boards. So we're going to have to get a whole new system or whatever. So I have a couple of options for that. I can either, get a whole new one for a whole brand new one that is I know won't get, won't mess up or whatever. So we're just kind of playing it by ear, and or I can get a used one from Xbox, or not Xbox, from GameStop, and take the one that we have now and trade it in. I haven't really decided. I mean, I have a couple options, so I know what what we can that I can choose from. So I'm still deciding what we're gonna do. He has a Nintendo Switch, but this poor child, he wanted to use Netflix last night. Come to find out, Nintendo Switch, I guess the store for a Nintendo Switch doesn't offer Netflix. So he's kind of having issues with that, but he's using the Netflix that I have. So he still gets to watch his shows. It's just, he's having a hard time with it because he's used to staying back here when and doing his thing after he does his schoolwork and or reading or whatever. So he's kind of stuck in a limbo, and I told him, I said, we'll figure it out. I said, it's not the end of the world. So he has his moments, and but it is what it is. So right now he's out in the living room watching Incredibles 2, and he's having fun with that. So, and I am been binge watching. I'm one of these ones that likes, I blame Justin for this, but whatever. I'm 50 years old and I like the Avengers, right? But we've been watching, or I have been watching Legends of Tomorrow, which I don't like DC Comics that much, but it is what it is. And I mean, I like Arrow also, but then again, I'm not into that kind of stuff. I mean, I like the Avengers. I don't know why. I don't know what the difference is between. I don't know why I like Avengers and don't like Arrow. I mean, I'll watch it, but I don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. Don't know. So I've been catching up on a lot of stuff, and started watching, oh my gosh, this one show. It's called The Witcher. Let me tell you something. That is an interesting show. It's a little weird and a little gory, but it's pretty good. And I started watching that. And at first I thought, okay, I was confused because it was going back and forth. And, time, there would be 1 minute, it would be about something that happened in the past, and it would come up and be into the present. And I just got so confused. I was like, I don't understand this. And now that I understand it, I was like, okay, this makes a whole lot of sense. So it's weird, but it's pretty good. So, and then I just that, and I started watching. I've been was binge watching Supernatural. Now I'm on the what season? 13th. But I had to stop because it got to a point that it wasn't as interesting as I guess it was in the beginning. Because to me, now, this is just my opinion. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a supernatural freak. I mean, I love supernatural. But it just got to a point where I just thought it was kind of, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I'm on the 13th season, but it just, I don't know. It just doesn't, I don't even know how to put it. To me, it's just not the same as it was when it first started out. When it came on, 15 years ago. But that's just me. I mean, I love it, but it's just, I don't know. I mean, I get, now that I know that it's going, that, this is the last season or whatever, I kind of understand why they did the last, season 14 the way they did. But it just, I don't know. It's just me. And I've even lost interest in Walking Dead. I know. And I'm a Jeffrey Dean Morgan fan too. But to me, it just, I don't know. I just, I don't know how to explain it. I mean, maybe I'm getting tired of watching it. I don't know. But yeah, it's got its moments. So I've been trying to find new shows to watch on Netflix that I haven't watched. Now, there's one, and it's not coming back for a second season. It's called V Wars, and let me tell you something. That was weird as all get go. Um, Hold on just a minute, guys. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Anyhow, so let's see what else has been going on. Okay. I did tell you guys, I think it was last week, that I was going to start a new series of videos, which I still plan to do. I had hoped to be kind of, I guess, kind of know what I was doing. I'm still learning. So I'm going to hold it off for another week. Only because I'm still, getting used to it and so forth. It's not been so bad since I've started planning out the boys' schedule for school and stuff, for, getting on to do their schoolwork. And it started because I wanted to start it. I wanted to use a planner to keep track of my cross stitch projects, which I do. I have a planner for that, and I also have a planner for a that's a personal planner, which I use for the boys for school and for other things. And it's a process that is still going. I'm hoping that I will have, that's, kind of ready. I know you guys, probably looking at me, you're probably going to sit there and say, really, whatever. It's kind of, it's a hobby, and it's not, but I enjoy doing it. I have fun with it. So it's going to be fun. And, I've seen a lot of other creators that I am subscribed to, and there are some I'm not, that seem to enjoy doing it. So it's going to be one of those, we'll see. I might record a couple videos and see what happens. And, see what we got going on. But, trying to think. Oh, it's raining. Oh, goody. It's raining outside. Just what I need. Let's see. What else has been going on? Oh, I was telling you all about the Xbox. So that's going to be, I remember where I left off. So we're still working on the Xbox issue, and I'm going to, I've got a couple of options, like I said. So that's going to be uh decided. I haven't really decided yet. I think I'm going to go with the easier option, and that being turning this Xbox in and trading it in for a newer one and paying the difference when I can afford to. Hopefully, it will be soon. I'm just, well, everybody's getting these stimulus checks, and I'm kind of hoping and praying I'm one of them. They're saying I am, but I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's okay. So, let's see what else. I haven't really been diamond painting, and it's not because I didn't want to. It's been, I feel like, I don't even know how to describe this. I feel like if when I start cross stitching, I feel like, okay, I need to just focus on that one thing and not worry about diamond painting. And that's kind of sad because I like doing both diamond painting and cross stitch. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how to do both between the cleaning and trying to get into some sort of routine, which I kind of have a routine mapped out and we're still working on it. So, yeah, it's been fun, but I'm having fun. I don't feel as blah as I did now that I'm kind of keeping busy, trying to keep the kids occupied and so forth. And we've been binge watching, Supernatural and that kind of stuff, and Legends of Tomorrow. And I'm still looking for other pretty good series to binge watch. That V Wars, it was good, but then again, I just kind of, I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed that there's not going to be a second season, and it's interesting. I'll put it that way. It's kind of, I don't even know how to describe it to you and how to explain it, but it's, they're about vampires, but they're not like any vampires you've seen on TV or in the movies. These vampires are weird looking, and yeah, it's they're a little ugly. Let's put it that way. But it's a pretty good show, even though it's one season. But I it I mean, it's good, but then it's a disappointment because it's not going to. There's not going to be a second season, so I'm just kind of. I think one of the things I'm going to do is binge watch NCIS. I haven't decided. I wish they had NCIS New Orleans on Netflix, but they don't. So, and then we have Disney Plus that Justin signed up for yesterday. So I'm gonna look at that later and see what's on there. And I know there's a bunch of Disney movies on there. So I think Sky will like that. But we'll see. I haven't got that far yet. I'm still working the kinks out on that one. And, goodness, there's really not a whole lot to talk about this week. I feel bad. But, oh, I wanted to tell you guys my new schedule for the channel. I know a lot of you think I've forgotten and just kind of, you know, said, screw my channel. But no, that's not the case. But now that I've kind of got a schedule for the kids and stuff, and I'm working on it, I will be doing videos Tuesdays through Saturdays. It won't be every Saturday, but there will be a video on Saturdays. So that's going to be, you know, that I'm still doing the story video because I know a lot of you like the story Little Women that I was reading. But I will finish that, you know, I will, I think that, yeah, that's for tomorrow. So that's mainly that. And of course, the plan with me, I'm still kind of iffy about it because I don't know how, you know, people will react to it. But the only thing I can do is try it and see what happens and go from there. You know, I know a lot of you, it's not the majority of you, but there are like 7 or 8 of you that don't like my videos, which is fine and all dandy and get go and whatever, but I don't care. My channel. I do what I want. So, that being said, that's, like I said, that's going to start either next week or the week after. And then we will go from there and see what happens. But that's it, guys. This is going to be one of the shortest videos I've ever done that I know of. But anyway, guys, I hope everyone has a great week, and I will see you all next time.